Hey friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Maddie, and on this channel we talk all things sustainability. Today is no different, as we are kicking off the Sustainable Holiday Season series, where I can show you how to celebrate the holidays while still being conscious of your consumerism habits and your impact on the planet. Today specifically, we are talking about resisting the urge to overconsume during your gift-giving activities this year, and generally being a little more intentional about what you are buying for your loved ones. Not only is it good for the planet, but it might also result in you giving better gifts to your loved ones as well. We'll talk about non-material gifts that your friends will cherish, gifts that you can make at home, how to find the perfect thrifted gift, and when all else fails, buying local. So let's get into the over 25 gift ideas that are good for both you and the planet. I want to preface by saying that I am not affiliated with any of the companies that I talk about today, and none of the items here are sponsored. These are generally just gift ideas that I think would be a good idea, that I've received in the past and enjoyed, and gifts that I've given in the past that other people have enjoyed. The first category of gifts that I wanted to talk about are the non-material gifts. And even though a lot of these things are technically not things or items, you can still wrap them, put them in a card, put a bow on them, and make them feel very festive. First being a subscription box. There are so many different subscriptions that you could buy people depending on what their interests are. For any subscription gift, you can get the first box and make sure that it is there in time to put under the tree, and then maybe include a little piece of paper showing the person that you've bought them a year's worth of that subscription, or however long you're buying it for. One subscription I've really enjoyed being gifted is the Meow Box subscription, and this is a monthly service if you have cats, and they deliver themed toys and treats every month depending on the season. So for September, it was back to school themed, and they gave us a little composition book. It says it's a composition notebook, so they do have fun with the puns, which I personally enjoy. And then they also had this little graduation cap with a tassel, which, as you can imagine, they just love this thing. So that's one subscription if you are shopping for a cat owner. Another option that I've been really interested in is the tea by John and Hank Green. They started this tea company called Keats & Co, and you can buy a subscription to have teas or coffees delivered, and I think they have a specific holiday tea. So just another idea if you're shopping for someone who is a tea or coffee enthusiast, and maybe they're also a fan of Crash Course or the Green Brothers, then that might be a fun gift to give them. Another non-material gift I've really enjoyed getting in the past is experiences. You can get a card from a local artist and put the tickets or vouchers for whatever experience you're getting for that person into the card. That way they can still open something up and it's still very festive. You can buy them tickets to a local theater or music venue. If they are outdoorsy people, you could buy them a national park pass. Or if there is a botanical garden or arboretum nearby, you could buy them tickets to one of those if it's not free. I live close to DC, so the botanical garden is free. I know some of them do charge a fee, so buying them tickets or even a season pass if they really are into plants and gardens, that would be a lovely gift. And it would also give them a little hope for spring. During the coldest months of the year, they have something to look forward to when the weather starts getting warmer. And then you could also buy them 2 tickets to an art class, whether that's a pottery class, a painting class, maybe something they've showed interest in. Last year, I took one of my friends to a mosaic making class for her birthday because she had shown some interest in that in the past. It was actually really fun. So experiences are something that you can enjoy with that person, a memory that they will hold on to for probably the rest of their life, and it won't be cluttering up their space. And the last non-material gift idea that I had was donating to a charity. This is something my grandmother has been doing for me for the past, I can't even remember how long, but she's been donating to the Sierra Club kind of in my name, and then giving me the freebies that they give her because of the donations, and that's something that I've really loved. Their calendars are really fun. This last one is also something that you can ask for if you're not sure what to ask your loved ones for Christmas, or if they're asking for a wish list from you. You can always ask them to donate to one of the charities that you are supporting. I wanted to talk about homemade gifts on here because this is something that I am really diving into strongly money this year, especially as prices for things get more expensive. I've been spending a lot more time at home. I was actually pretty sick the past week, so I had a lot of time to just stay at home and do crafts, and it has been really fun. One thing I've learned over years of crafting and trying to make homemade gifts is to play to your strengths. If you are crafty or you have a particular skill in something, lean into it. Even if it's not a conventional DIY gift, I feel like a lot of times when people hear DIY Christmas gifts, they think that you have to like knit an entire sweater, but that's just not the case. If knitting is not your thing, don't try to knit someone a sweater. Figure out what you're good at first and then make your Christmas gifts based on that. One gift that I really enjoyed that I received years ago now was a glitter resonant shot glass that my crafty friend made me. She is good at like every craft that she's tried, but I just thought this was really creative. It sparkles in the light, and it's the perfect gift for a 21-year-old because you can start drinking legally. And I thought it was just such a creative and sweet gift knowing that she had put the work into this. Another homemade gift that I cherish deeply is one that my partner got me last year for my birthday. I got this dagger from the Maryland Renaissance Festival 2 years ago, and I wanted something to hold it up so I could mount it on the wall. I was also in the middle of reading the Ecotar series, and my partner has a laser engraver and was able to laser engrave the map of Prythian, which is the world that Ecotar takes place in, onto this mount, and then it can hold up the dagger. He also like designed this rose, and I cherish this so much. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Obviously it did not cost him much money, but the effort and time he put into it was like very significant. And the cool thing with that is that it is custom made for me. It's so cool and an honor to know that that person spent time and effort into making your gift from scratch and like putting thought into it. And the benefit also is that they didn't contribute to a large conglomerate company. They made something from scratch. I do know I have very crafty friends, and that is a privilege, but if you are not the craftiest person, maybe you can bake or cook and bless someone with a home-cooked meal for the Christmas time, or baked goods that they can eat over Christmas break. Or if you're not crafty and you're not great in the kitchen, maybe you have a green thumb and you can propagate a plant and just take a cutting. This would have to be started a few months before the holiday season, but you can propagate it and then give someone a fully rooted plant, and then you could know that they have a little piece of your home with them. Giving someone a piece of nature during the coldest and darkest months of the year will just brighten their day a little bit more, give them something to care for, give them a purpose, and add a little greenery to their home. Another one I've done in the past is hot chocolate kits. So you can thrift or reuse a glass jar and put in cocoa powder, sugar, marshmallows, anything that you want to make hot chocolate. Maybe you flavor it something special. You could add candy canes or pair it with a baked good and just gift this person a cozy night with a hot drink to sip. And then if you want to go a step further, you can also give them a blind date with a book. I gave one to my brother last year and he seemed to like it. And essentially you can pick out a book that you think that person would like, wrap it up so they don't know what it is, give a brief description on the front, and you can really add whatever you think they would like while they're reading, maybe a bookmark, anything cozy that you want to add on. But these kits can be really fun to assemble and for the person to actually use. Those are all of my ideas for homemade. Oh, I actually have one more. There are ones that I'm currently working on. This is what I did when I was sick, but I'm trying to crochet coasters. I haven't finished, obviously. I still need to weave in the ends. I'm trying to figure out the best pattern. Obviously, I'm like experimenting. This one turned out a little wonky. It does take some trial and error if you're going to commit to making all of your gifts from scratch, but if you are into crocheting, I think coasters are a really doable option if you want to DIY gifts for like your entire family. If you are my family and you're watching this, sorry for the spoiler, but these aren't what they're going to look like for the final. Now, if you're like me and when the holiday season hits, you still have the urge to shop ingrained into you from like very early childhood, and you're like, I have to get into a store, I have to spend money, I have to buy a thing that I have to give someone, try shopping secondhand. You can go to a thrift store. They also have Black Friday deals, so you can actually save so much money by shopping secondhand. You could go to the frames section, pick out a fun frame, and then put in a photo of you and that person to make it special, maybe with a little handwritten note. You could look for for brooches or other vintage jewelry if they're really into that. You could get little glasswares, mugs, or a tea set if they like drinking hot beverages during the winter months. This could also be paired with that hot chocolate kit that we talked about in the last section. This next one is kind of a combination of a DIY and a thrifted, but it's one that I received last year and I absolutely adored. My friend thrifted a vase and then made a bouquet because she had experience being a florist, and so she made this beautiful bouquet in a beautiful thrifted vase, and I think that is just such an amazing gift to give someone during the holiday season. Again, just brighten up their house and their day. And then the next few are not gifts, but they still relate to the holidays, so I wanted to include them in here. And they are holiday decor and gift wrap options. There are so many different options for holiday decor within thrift stores. Next week's video, we will be getting into how to decorate your home for the holidays with a more sustainable mindset. Once it's live, I'll link it up here, but you can also find a lot of options for sustainable gift wrap. So I've seen a basket, you can maybe put a kit in that basket, like the hot chocolate kit or the blind date with a book. You can also thrift some fun fabrics to wrap your gifts in. You can really just wrap it up like you would with wrapping paper and then tie it up with twine, maybe add some dried oranges to it, and it can be a really great way to make your gifts fun. If you are set on buying someone something that is new for the holidays, then there are ways to make it sustainable by choosing sustainable products and shopping on sustainable marketplaces. I really like Credo for sustainable beauty products. They carry only brands that are good for you and use non-toxic materials, and ones that are good for the planet and really minimize their plastic packaging as much as possible. And then Done Good is another sustainable marketplace that I really like. They have everything from clothes to accessories to home decor, and they're all brands that's sustainable and have ethical practices, and there's a really big focus on small businesses with this marketplace. I'll link both of those websites below if you want to check them out. One good stocking stuffer is reusable cotton makeup pads if they don't already have them, to help reduce the waste associated with cleansing your face after wearing makeup. Another fun stocking stuffer, this is kind of a silly gift, but it's practical and I think some people might actually enjoy this. I actually got these from Costco, and they are Swedish dish cloths. They came in 2 sizes in the Costco pack. Also, it was like super cheap, $10 for I think like 16 cloths, but they come in 2 sizes, these small ones and then the larger ones. And what you do is just run them under water and they work like paper towels. So as you can imagine, it like significantly reduces the amount of waste that you have in your home if you still use paper towels. Within kind of the low waste kitchen ideas, you could also buy someone beeswax wrap for food so they can phase away from using plastic wrap, or bread bags, which you can use if you make homemade bread or if you buy bread from a local bakery. You can keep it fresher in a bread bag. Again, these are really options for folks who are interested in reducing their impact. You want to make sure that the person will actually use that item before you get it for them. And that leads us into kind of the main takeaway that I want to give to you when you are shopping for gifts this year, which is make sure that the person you are buying for will actually use that thing. Don't be afraid to ask them for a wish list. With the people in my life, at least, they much prefer to know what they're getting and really like what they're getting rather than be surprised and then end up being disappointed if they're not actually going to use it. You can offer up your wish list to them to make this happen a little bit easier, and you can ask them for their wish list. Another sustainable option, if they are looking for a new phone case or case for their AirPods, I have the Kayla case. They are made with plant materials and are completely compostable. So I have a phone case, which is what I'm looking at right now, and also the AirPods case. Just a good option if the person you are buying for does need a new phone case or a new case for their technology. Obviously, if they have a perfectly functioning phone case already, you don't need to buy them a new one. Hopefully that was helpful and gave you some ideas for your holiday shopping. If you are interested in more secondhand gift ideas, I did do a thrift haul recently. I'll link that over here if you're interested in seeing what I personally found for the holiday season. Stay tuned for more videos on how to have a more sustainable holiday season. I'll be posting them every week this December, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.